And right now it's not easy to get in and out of this coop because we have to keep all the babies in. So I get to climb over that divider. Try not to fall. I don't like falling. It's icky in here, guys. It's really sloppy, really slick. It stinks. And if I was a duck, I wouldn't want to live in it, so it's coming out. And this isn't easy getting out of this coop. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh-wee, that smells bad. Okay. This is the romantic part of homesteading. The part where you deal with poop. And it's an ongoing, never-ending thing, the poop, as you know. I mean, even if you don't know, you can guess. And ducks are a lot messier than chickens. They don't need water. These ducks don't need water to swim in or take baths in. But right now they've got water that they're bathing in because they've got babies in here. The babies need the water to drink. So the water's getting thrown around. I think it's been getting dumped out on the ground. We've been gone for a couple of days. That's one thing about this coop. You can't just dump the water on the ground. It doesn't absorb down into the earth. It just sits on top of these conveyor belts. They make a really good base for a coop, but it's hard to get the water to get, to drain off. Right now, they really don't like me in here with this pitchfork. This is kind of heavy. So if you want to do homesteading and you want to have coops with birds in them, consider the time and effort it takes to keep those coops clean so that the birds are happy and healthy. Oh, come on. And comfortable. Come winter, they'll need hay on the ground just to give them some insulation so their feet don't get too cold. would say they won't swim in the winter when it's, 0 degrees, -5, whatever. But we had a couple of ducks one time that were taking baths in -degree temperatures. So they got to spend the whole day in the house because they would have frozen to the deck if we'd have put them back out. They don't know. They don't know. It seemed like a good day to take a bath. And the only reason they had water is because we had a heated water dish for them so that it wouldn't freeze. Otherwise, they wouldn't, they would have had ice and they wouldn't have been able to take a bath, but then they wouldn't have been able to drink either. So we gave them a heated water dish, and it was, I don't know, was it -11? I think the wind chill made it -11. And I don't know how much of that wind chill they would have felt. They would have felt some of it because they were wet. So I had 2 ducks in my kitchen that day. They were in dog carriers, but it's not what you want. Okay, I'm cleaning out more than I thought I would today. I thought I'd get a little bit of it, but once I got in here and started, I figured I needed to complete it. And I'm going to go get a couple of flakes of hay when I'm done here. There's going to be a blank spot in the video, so that's when you need to go use the restroom. Get something to drink. Maybe get a hold of your spouse and say, hey, I'm watching this video, and I think maybe we don't want to do ducks after all. You'll notice it's not my husband here cleaning this coop. He helps me with the goats, but I do the ducks. He may have cleaned the duck coop once. I don't think so. We've got 4 duck coops, and I don't think he's ever cleaned a duck coop, at least not here. At our other house he did. I've been recovering from multiple surgeries, so there have been times when I just don't have the energy to clean it. So we had a coop at our other house, and yeah, he went in there and shoveled out poo. He did that a couple of times, but usually he doesn't. The ducks are usually mine. He's the reason we have ducks. He's the one that found them and decided he wanted to raise them. But I do most of their care. I'm the reason we have more than 20 babies right now. He didn't want them sitting on eggs. And I didn't want to collect any more eggs, so I just left them in the coops. Where we used to live, we had a market for the eggs. We had people buying the eggs, $10 a dozen. And we had people buying the ducklings when they hatched. We had people buying all ages of duck when we were at our previous ranch. But here in Northeast Tennessee, we don't have the market we had before. I've had a few people buy ducks from me, but not very many. I have one returning customer, but just one returning customer. I used to have a lot of customers. I'd get phone calls, do you have any ducks? They'd tell me what they were looking for, and I'd tell them yes or no. All right, I'm gonna go get that hay I was talking about. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, I suppose. Gotta close the gate because the goats will let themselves in there and eat all the duck food. So the goats, oops, I gotta leave this open, that's right. The goats saw me coming over here. I hope they don't join me. They saw me with the hay and they wanted the hay. If they come over, I'm gonna have to throw water in their face. Don't be too upset. It's not gonna kill them. Certainly won't hurt them, but they'll think they're dying. Sometimes I buy shavings and I put shavings down, but the hay is cheaper. And they can nibble on the seed heads of the hay. And then the hay just goes in the compost pile after I'm done scraping it up off the ground in here. It makes for really good compost, which I use when I'm gardening, which I haven't done in a couple of years. Maybe next year. I say that every year. Maybe next year I'll have a garden again. Hey, Tuffy. Okay, hey mamas and babies. We still have 7 babies in this coop. This is the Tuffy coop. It doesn't really have a name. I call one of our coops the condo. It's a 6x6 coop. This is Tuffy's. I thought about calling it Tuffy's Taj Mahal. I don't know. Okay, I feel good about that. I feel like they've got a nice floor in here now. And what I have to do over the next few days is bring a bucket in whenever I dump out their water instead of dumping it on the ground. And I'll let our pet sitters know to do the same thing. This place just collects way too much moisture. It's real easy to clean when the hay is on the ground because it soaks up the water and the poop, and then I just scrape it up. It's not nearly as difficult as scraping poop up with a shovel. Getting it with a pitchfork is so much easier. Okay, you guys look good. That was an acorn, ladies and gentlemen, not a gunshot. All right, I'm done for the day. I've got to put my goats away, and then I'm going to be heading over to the car. I'll see you guys in the next one.